The man was astonished to discover that his slender girlfriend could stir up quite a storm even while leisurely rowing a boat. She could effortlessly lift him, who weighed nearly 200 pounds. Yet, deeply in love, he didn't dwell on it. Little did he know that his girlfriend, who appeared to be a peerless beauty, was actually the daughter of an elite family. In Harl's eyes, she was sexy and fiery, but to others, she might have presented a completely different image. Once, while sharing an extra-large milk tea, before she could even savor its richness, the cup was emptied in the blink of an eye. Instead of finding it odd, Harl thought her behavior was rather endearing. Even when Mary repeatedly broke restaurant chairs, Harl never suspected a thing. Instead, he earnestly complained about the poor quality of the chairs. Since Mary's father happened to be Harl's direct superior at work, a seasoned and shrewd capitalist, he assumed anyone approaching his daughter had ulterior motives, likely driven by the family's wealth. He was well aware of his daughter's true nature and capabilities. So, he confronted Harl directly, presenting him with a check for $5 million and sternly demanding he leave his daughter to avoid future heartbreak. Enraged, Harl threw caution to the wind and lashed out at his future father-in-law. "Do you know, when I first met you, she told me she knew she wasn't very pretty? I couldn't believe my ears. I thought, how could such a beautiful woman say something so contrary to what she sees in the mirror?" His words left Mary's father utterly stunned. It turned out this young man genuinely loved his daughter. However, the root of this absurd misunderstanding lay in the fact that Harl had been hypnotized by a master. In his eyes, every woman was a stunning beauty. Rewinding to Harl's childhood, his father had been afflicted by a relentless illness and was on his deathbed. Before passing, he entrusted Harl with his final wish, to find a classic beauty with a perfect can and great toddies. These words were etched into Harl's mind. As an adult, he frequented nightclubs, exclusively hitting on glamorous women. Unfortunately, his father had neither passed down the charm of a Casanova nor left him any substantial wealth, so no real hotties paid him any attention. To make matters worse, a promotion he should have received was snatched by a new employee, simply because he was the boss's brother-in-law. Though resentful, Harl had no retort. Frustrated, he decided to leave work early and, by chance, encountered the famous hypnotist from TV in the elevator. Initially, they made small talk to ease the awkwardness in the confined space. Suddenly, the elevator emitted a piercing noise and came to a halt. With rescue taking too long, they passed the time chatting about various topics. Somehow, the conversation shifted to Harl's dating standards. She must be gorgeous with a curvaceous figure, and her voice should be soft and melodious, like a nightingale song. The master frowned, finding Harl's preferences shallow and overly focused on appearance. Believing everyone should be appreciated for their inner beauty, he decided to help Harl change his ways. He had Harl close his eyes, imagine a beach scene, and silently recite a mantra 3 times. When Harl stepped out of the building, he was still bewildered, wondering what that quack master was up to. He hailed a taxi but ended up bumping into a beautiful woman. Displaying gentlemanly manners, Harl offered her the taxi. Learning they were headed the same way, she kindly invited him to share the ride. Throughout the journey, they exchanged flirtatious glances in the back seat. When Harl asked if she was a model, she burst into laughter. Unbeknownst to him, the taxi driver observed them with a knowing look. After getting out, the woman proactively gave him her contact info, something Harl had never experienced before. From then on, it seemed luck was on his side. At a bar, he immediately hit it off with another beauty, and they moved to the dance floor in sync, losing themselves to the music. Soon, more women gathered around, vying for his attention as if he were the star of the night. But when his friend wondered where Harl had gone, he witnessed something unbelievable. The master's hypnosis had given Harl eyes that see beauty. The 3 girls surrounding him were actually volunteers from the Blind Association.